One thing I've learned is that life is not meant to be lived alone. In the early 90s, Todd and I walked through the doors of Christ Community Church for the first time. We were a young married couple, had preschool kids, and we were longing for a community and a place to grow. The minute we walked through that door, we knew we were in the right place. Over the years, we made friends, deep, close friendships. And in 2005, we started meeting every other Sunday. We had fun together. We made it a point to go to as many Major League Baseball parks as we could. We watched football together. We would meet on Friday nights for dinner. We would get together and watch football games. We've even gone on many trips and traveled together. We also have been in the Word together, and we have studied. We've challenged each other, and I can say that we've grown through that. We've also been in the mess together. There were hard things that every family in that group went through, and we were there for each other. I remember we had just celebrated our 35th wedding anniversary, and then a week later, July 20th, 2020, Todd had just finished with a church session meeting. Now, this was done through Zoom then because it was in the middle of COVID, and we were getting ready to head to bed, and he collapsed. My first call was the 911 call to get help here as soon as I could. Once EMS was here and working with Todd, our very next call was to Steve and Dee Dee Kuhn, who are members of our small group. The only thing they said at that point was, we're on our way. And they were. They got here within minutes while EMS was still here and attending to Todd. Steve and Dee Dee took me to the hospital to be by Todd's side. The next 5 days were filled with all kinds of uncertainty, fear, decisions to make. Probably the hardest 5 days of my life. And I can tell you that my community group and my family never left my side. They were there the whole time through, showing up with food, praying for us, texting encouragement. I don't think I could have walked that road without them. Over the next weeks and months, I faced a lot of different challenges, everything from losing a pet to some health issues myself, major house maintenance problems that came up, and I was trying to navigate that by myself. I'd lost my best friend, my partner, my encourager, and there were just so many questions. At that point, I know I was starting to question, God, are you really good? Where are you? That next winter or early spring, I remember hearing the song, The Goodness of God. And, during that time, I was wondering, where is the goodness of God? But then I also remembered at Christ Community being taught that God gives us gifts, and sometimes they're wrapped up in people. And then as I looked at how my community group had been caring with me, walking with me, loving me, even while they were also grieving the loss of a best friend, I started to see the goodness of God again. There was definite growth there for me through that, because I was experiencing God's goodness again. I still have hard days, but I also have good days. And I am still doing life with this community that surrounded me through the hard times. We still miss Todd. We still grieve that loss together. And we also have a lot of fun and laugh together. We're still going to ball games. We're still going on trips together. But there's been growth, because I think through this, we have experienced the goodness of God. I'm Teresa Hardy, and I want to thank you, Christ Community Church, and my small group for showing me the goodness of God through you.